Good morning, everyone. Welcome to TESTA Regional Training Center, an accredited assessment center in Trainers Methodology Level 1. By the way, my name is Ryan Lumido, your accredited competency assessor. I would like to acknowledge the presence of Mr. De La Cruz, our AC manager, our TESTA representative, from Provincial Officer Mr. Santos, and of course, the Processing Officer Mr. Garcia. Ma'am, sir, good morning. Don't worry about the presence. Don't worry about their presence. They are here to oversee the conduct of the competency assessment and to check if the conduct is accordance with the prescribed competency assessment methodology and procedures. They will not assess you because I am the one who will assess you, okay? May I request everybody to rise for a prayer? Amen. You may take your seat. Going to check for the attendance, please head over here your admission slip as I recall your name and please affix here your signature. So may I call candidate 1, Ms. Flores. Candidate 2, Ms. Villaro. I have here with me your accomplished application for and self-assessment guide as indication that you know and you can perform all the units of competency enumerated in the qualifications. Today, I am going to conduct competency assessment in the trainee's methodology. Of course, the purpose of this assessment is to determine your level of competency. So I have here the 3 parts of competency. Basic competencies, common competencies, and last is the core competencies. COCs, or what we call Certificate of Competency, under the COC 1, we have delivered training session, the units of competency under of its the training plan session, facilities learning session, supervised work-based learning, utilize electric media in facilitating training, and the last one is to maintain training facilities. While CO2 unit that belongs here is to conduct competency assessment itself. I am going to collect evidences through the assessment methods, of course, the portfolio, wherein as you can see the top of the table, your finished output, which is about to check, and then with the examination, followed by the demonstration and the oral questioning. This is to measure your underpinning knowledge, skills, and attitudes in the qualifications. If you have difficulty to the given instructions, please approach me or call my attention so I can translate you the given instructions even at your own dialect. For your personal needs, elevator is just located on that back door, and if you need to take your meal, the canteen is just located near the gate at the building 5. However, once the assessment has started, you are no longer allowed to leave the premises. So may I also ask, is there anyone here who has dilemma or physical disabilities?
None.
So it's good then. For the issuance of the national certificate or the COC, the AC manager shall inform you where you can get NC or COC 5 working days after the assessment. And after this assessment that you found to be naturally competent, you do not have to worry because you can be reassessed anytime at your own convenience. That is full of qualification, you need to undergo the whole process, but once you found to be not competent in one certain unit at the competency only, for example, you failed to the conduct assessment, you will not undergo units competency where you are found to be not yet competent and not satisfied with the results of the assessment, you have the right to appeal. You may submit your appeal to the TESTA Provincial Office where the assessment center and the assessor has been accredited. With regards to the results of the assessment, you will observe the confidentiality. The assessment result will only be available to the right personal information to the institution where you had undergone the training. In relation to this assessment, package is kept into the place to guarantee its integrity. If you have any questions, clarifications, or queries, you may raise your hand so I can help you. Because once the assessment has started, you are no longer allowed to ask questions. May I ask you, my dear candidates, to please refrain from giving any form of information that took place during the assessment, okay?
Yes.
During the assessment, please observe body mechanics, especially in lifting heavy objects, in plugging and unplugging the card of your equipment to avoid any form of accidents. And in case so that anyone here acquire any form of accidents, our medicine kit is just located near the air condition on that cabinet. Do you have any questions?
None.
I am going to distribute the given instructions to you, and I will assign your number. You will be candidate 1 and you will be candidate number 2. This is the given instruction. Please read it carefully and just raise your hand if you have any questions. Do you have any questions?
None.
Okay, we will start the written test, and I'm going to distribute your answer sheet and test questions, okay?
Yep.
So here is your written test. So it will only take 15 minutes. You may now start. Are you done? For the second part of assessment, we will proceed to the demonstration. Candidate number 2, please proceed to the waiting area because candidate 1 will proceed to this demonstration. Thank you. Candidate number 1, you may now start.
Conduct assessment in accordance with methodologies specified in the evidence plan and the specific instructions for the competency assessor. Implement the evidence gathering process and ensures its validity, reliability, fairness, and flexibility. Observe the candidate and keep notes of the candidate's performance during the entire conduct of assessment. These notes will be used for the provisions of feedback to the candidate's performance during the assessment. Collect appropriate evidence and match compatibility to the element's performance criteria, range of variables, and evidence guide in the relevant units of competency. Judge the evidence in terms of the dimensions of competency: task skills, task management skills, contingency management skills, and job of role environment skills. Judge the evidence in terms of the validity, consistency, currency, urgency, authenticity, and sufficiency.
For the oral questioning, I call on candidate number 1. Please proceed here.
After the demonstrations, the candidate will be asked a series of questions. The candidate number 1 is able to answer all the questions asked by the assessor, while the candidate number 2 will also able to answer the question through some of his answers are incorrect. Record on rating sheets details of evidence collected and judgment made about the candidate's performance. Provide the candidate about the outcomes of the assessment process. Summarize the performance of the candidate during the whole process of the assessment. Provide clear and constructive feedback. Inform the candidates on areas he needed to improve. Provide information on ways of overcoming any identified gaps on the competency revealed by the assessment. Inform the candidate at the final decision. Provide information in claiming national certificate of or certificate of competency. Instruct the candidate to sign the rating sheet and competency assessment result summary. Recommend feedback for not yet competent. Be positive without raising any false expectation. Identify whether any parts of the assessment needs to be repeated, and if so, which parts. Suggest further learning or practice to fix the gaps. Emphasize and explain the results which competency has been achieved. Explain reassessment procedure. Instruct candidate to sign in the rating sheet and competency assessment result summary. Explain right and appeal system.